Imagine if you are building a house, you use straw for the foundation and mix it with little stones, and just build it and cover it, and you build upstairs. That's why the old people will die. You see that many things we do is adulterated. Our road we construct adulterated. It's not durable. Only Jesus is durable. Because Jesus is gold throughout. There is no impurity in him. So that is why he doesn't want mixture. The old life must totally go. He doesn't want it. So that it's an exchanged life. Take note, the Christian life is an exchanged life. It's not the exchange. You don't change. You are exchanged. You are exchanged. That is why in walking with Christ, you cannot come to a point to say, okay, I have a reservoir of spiritual grace. You have stored somewhere. No. You must always connect to Christ every day to remain in him, abiding in him. It's abide in him. It keeps you humble every day. The old life likes to accumulate. The old life wants to store. The old life wants to go to the mountain to pray for 40 days. You will say, this 40 days will last me for the next 1 year. That's the old life. And that's why they come to the house and they fight the wife. See, it's just coming from the mountain. But Jesus doesn't do like that. Jesus is daily abiding in Christ because he's not your life. Jesus has become your life. Amen. Now, we said number one is revelation what? Knowledge. Number two is what?
Believe you died. Reckon yourself dead.
Let me tell you. If you pray tomorrow, you want to have the feeling that you die with Christ, you never have that feeling. It's accepted by faith. What happened at the cross is historical facts, objective facts. It's undeniable. But you now have to receive by what? Faith. If you think about it, it's deeper than your thoughts. Mm-hmm. It's deeper than your reasoning. In fact, many times we feel as if you are not even a Christian. That's the time to believe that you died. It's not by what you feel. It's not because you fell today, then you are no longer dead. It's not the truth. You are only going through what is called crisis of faith. You must see the Christian life. The gospel is simple. And many don't like what is too simple. People like to fast. Because if I fast, I know that, yes, I've done it. So, the gospel is a gospel of belief. That's why it's grace. So I would say you have received the gift of righteousness, an abundance of grace. Belief is enormous power. Do you know that anytime you don't believe, you lose something? That's what we say, without faith, it's impossible. You see that? Faith is important. That's what we need to always say, God, help me and grant me grace to believe. I may not understand this, but help me to just believe. Anytime you believe, you're on solid ground. You're solid ground. The mass under your feet is a solid rock, you cannot fall. And anytime you cease to believe, no doubt, Oh, you fall into a devotion. You have to believe. First, knowledge. Number 2 is belief. Number 3. Number 3 is appropriation. You appropriate your debt. By faith, you appropriate it. How do you appropriate it? You announce it. That's why he said, take your cross daily. Announce it. How do you announce it? When you are praying, having devotion, you are saying, oh, thank you because I've been crucified with Christ. You are announcing it, you are appropriating it. It's no longer I but you, but Christ. You are appropriating it, you are announcing it. In the face of any situation, what do? Appropriate it. Make it your lifestyle, your habit. Sing about it. That's it becomes a habitual. It comes to a point, it becomes your life. Your life is just death on the cross. You carry the cross anyway. I was going to see a brother in Manila one day. An Indian boy just came to accost me, to harass me. Eh? See, I was practicing. You have to practice your dance. Hallelujah. So normally you fear such hoodlums as they are coming. They are coming. Me, I walked up to him. I said, do you know who you are dealing with? He said, who are you? I said, I'm a dead man. I said, you are a dead man. I was just practicing. Just practice it. Just announce it. That is obituary announcement. Yes. Why do focus obituary? It's an announcement. Because the friends of that person can come. When we look onto the slave word that so person is like dead, you will see the obituary. I had a friend in the UK, I didn't know the wife had died. Months ago, I didn't know. I saw the obituary in the cardiac. So it announced to me, so I wrote him later. See, the obituary is not announced. Imagine if I didn't see it, I could have said, oh, bro, I would say, do you know how about your wife? He said, oh, didn't you know? So our obituary is our announcement. That the person used to know is no more. What is baptism? Baptism is a ceremony of the death of the old life. That's baptism. No. I'm just explaining. The baptism is a funeral ceremony of the old life. That's baptism. They bury you and they bring you up again. So announce your death. When you are singing, sing about the cross. Go to hymns and look about the hymns on the cross and be singing hymns. You are announcing your death. I went to bury my father and they say, they gave me conditions. I was not moved. I'm telling you the truth. I didn't even need to fast. I didn't need to fast because if it is the old man, he will have a problem with the village. I was excited. And I told my uncle, I said, the conditions you are giving us in our kingdom, we don't do it. He said, what do you want to do in this village? We don't do it like that. I said, no problem. So I go to the village. I don't know who informed the village people. I had not rested. They gathered. And they sat. And they had a spokesman. And they brought a list of paper that had my sins in the village. They said, you don't come to the village or this because of this and this and that. And they threatened me. They said, if you don't cooperate with us, the body of your father will not come in mortuary. We'll make sure it's not ready. So when they finished, I said, may I announce to you that the owner of this list is dead. The owner is no more. He's dead. The owner is dead. You didn't hear about it. I said, Festus is dead. I told him. Then I was quiet. Then their spokesman picked up courage. You know that way like this. He said, but who is here now? I said, yes. The person here now is Jesus. And Jesus is Lord. And I said to them, and you must obey Jesus. You must submit to Jesus. You must do what he tells you to do. And then they said, you know what they said? This is whatever Jesus tells us to do, we will do.
Hallelujah.
God is witness. All of them stood up and they left. No fight. No fighting. In the course of the burial, they went behind one bush and they were discussing among themselves. They didn't know my younger sister was close by, hearing what they were saying. You know what they were saying? They said, anything we plan against that man will just fail. So whatever we plan has failed. One of them was a backslider. He said to them, it's the Holy Spirit. My sister came to tell you. All they did was scatter. Who scattered it? Jesus. Because Jesus is the 504. Hallelujah. That's 505. Each
In the 504.
in the 504.
Amen.
Jesus has a bigger capacity. You cannot limit Jesus. Let me give you a secret. If you want to pray in the supernatural and in enlargement, anything you want to do, always say Jesus. How do we do it? Since he's living inside. Tell him consciously. Say, Jesus, how do we solve this problem? Jesus, what is the answer to this matter? Do it consciously. Jesus, how do I respond to this brother? You see what happened? When you pray that prayer, you know what happened? You have provoked Jesus. See, Jesus is inside of you. He's waiting to be provoked. He wants to be provoked, but we don't provoke him. We are not maximizing enough Jesus in us. So anytime you need to leave and go to Jesus, you have always gone to the old life again. You forget about Jesus. Forget about Jesus. So nothing works. You see a big mountain, say this mountain, no, it's too much. But Jesus is bigger than what? Just try it. Say, Jesus, this matter, what do we do? Where do we go from here? And they say, why are you not doing that? They say, no, I'm waiting for Jesus. You see what will happen? That's how he turned water to wine. They invited him. I'm telling you. The mother said, whatever it tells you to do, what happened? Do it. He's still doing it today. Even we have tasted this more. I wish I could taste it the more. This Jesus. The time of need. This Jesus. I will share this. I will stop with a few questions and I will pray. We got a point. You see, my son went through a program that was not conventional in IT. And that program was taken to either UK or Malta or Mauritius to finish. We chose Mauritius because it is less expensive than the other ones. But it was all by faith though. There was nothing there. He came and said, they couldn't go because there was no money. We said, don't worry. Why would we say don't worry? Jesus. Are you following me? Because of Jesus. The old life is finished. So, just like that, we took a step of faith. It didn't make sense. And the central bank made it more difficult that time. You can't transfer money outside in the bank. So, God just did a miracle and he bought his tickets and he left. Many things happened, but I want to share this. And then the landlord sent me a mail and said, the rent of your son is due. He needs to pay up. I said, okay. So I went to Jesus. See, I'm giving you a secret. I went to Jesus. Then Jesus will give instruction. He said to me, there's these two people in Europe. Get across to them to wire some euro to this man. Ask them the account number in Nigeria and pay the equivalent in Naira to the account in Lagos. Wow. But the money was heavy. I said, okay, I'll follow Jesus. So I called them. They said, no problem. So they paid the money. So that night, as I was going to bed, I saw a vision, alert. The following morning, an SMS came from a brother who never gave us money before. That was that. The second one, few hours after the SMS, I told them about I don't know you. He said, even me, I don't know you. So what happened? He said, I saw your material somewhere. And God instructed me, send money to this man. Do you know that week? More than enough time. I'm going to pay the account. And they said, so quick. I said, no, we don't want to owe people. It was a 505 inch that is doing this thing.
Amen.
Even our discussion today is 505 inch.
Amen.
In our lives, it's 505 inch that we do in our lives. As we just simply trust Jesus. We'll just stop here. Take one or two questions. And then we pray.
You didn't finish, sir. You said 4 things. You only gave us 3.
Okay. What are the 3?
Revelation of your death. Believe you died. Reckon yourself dead. Number 3, appropriate your death by faith.
Okay. The 4th thing is the last thing I told you. It should be the exposure to circumstances. Like when those people came to me and I say I'm dead. That is okay. Put it. Practice your death. Practice your death. Just practice it. Practice it. Practice it. It was said of St. Augustine, the wonderful saint those days, St. Augustine, that when he encountered this truth, the girlfriend came after him and was running after him. I was shouting, Augustine! Augustine was just moving. And the lady ran and got to me. Augustine turned And they said, Augustine is dead. They continued. They went back. The cross is very powerful. It turning away the flesh. Very powerful. Very powerful.
We can take some questions now. Can I please give 1 or 2 guidelines for questions? Questions, not sermons. Questions, not sermons. We don't want a paraphrase, and by the grace of God, there's a time for everything. There's a time for testimonies, there's a time for comments, and there's a time for questions. This one now is a time for questions. So we'd like to take your questions briefly. If you do, we'll go around. Please don't be shy. We won't be shy. Let's really take questions. Can we have the here to handle that for us? Okay. Questions?
Comments.
Well, comment briefly. Yes. Let the comment be brief, so it does not become another sermon, so that it doesn't take away from what we're doing. Oh, you're bring the comment yourself. Okay.
I believe I now understand Galatians 2:20.
Yes.
I have been crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. Yet not I, but Christ who lives in me. It's amazing that it's taken almost, well, I'm over 60 now, so I mean, it's taken this much of my life to understand it fully.
Mama.
60 verses to looking young.
Amen. Questions? Any other questions, please? Any other questions? Beautiful. Thank you. My sister here. Yeah.
The source, Adam, I want to get a connection. When Adam sinned, that was a source for flesh and self.
Yes.
And that's what the devil is writing on.
Yes. That's it.
So I have a question, which is similar to the first one. Just something I just caught off what you were saying. When you give an example of you're talking about manifestations of the flesh, and then you give an example that kind of confused me, which is the one about a guy who went to preach, and then he gave all he had, as offering. He said what was supposed to be his toll gate feedback. And just looking at that natural level, him giving his all or his last will be seen, as spiritual, right? Like, okay, this is your transport. You're actually sowing your last seed. You're sacrificing to, like an offering. So I'm just like, but the way you explained it now is like self, and I'm like, how can that? I don't know what I'm saying. Yes. So
it was about his motive. His ego. He said, can people give offering here? And a whole man of God like me cannot give offering. What if you're a whole man of God? Why do you come with only money for your donations? You show that you didn't really have money. Why do you show what you are not? So he took all of them and gave the offering. That he chose now. He knew what he was going to go through. But he got to his toll gate and got stuck. Then what helped deliver him was his ATM card. He had to go and look for a way to get money to pay his toll gate. He shared that with us. We all laughed about it. So he knew that he has failed. That's not Jesus.
Okay, but the point is making, he could have also acted in faith. But in the circumstance, and I understand that, okay, that's the ego at work. But in that same scenario, you could have acted in faith. Okay, everybody's giving, let me give in faith. Even though I know this is my last, I know God will meet my needs. You could also.
When that faith can be accepted is when There's a need that must be met. Nobody is available to meet that need. And God will go and meet with you. God will encounter you.
And that it will not be shikari need. It's not because other people are.
But people are just giving offering. You don't need. It's not compulsory. You must give that circumstance. For example, something happens in the mission school. The whole school, there was 200 naira to take a brother to the clinic. No 100 naira anywhere that time. And I've been saving this 100 naira for my transport on holidays. When we break from mission school. And the mission trainers were going from room to room. Can we get 100 naira?